Welcome to Money Meter, where we decode investment costs for you. You may be reading about the stamp duty on purchase of various securities and wondering what this is. Well, effective July 1st, 2020, a centralized collection mechanism of stamp duty has been levied on the purchase of any security, which would mean stocks, bonds, debentures, mutual fund, ULIP, NPS, and even PF. Yes, even PF. Now, how this works is that the stock exchanges will collect the duty on the trading of stocks and commodities as well as ETFs on the exchanges, and the depositories will collect it on off-market transactions and they will deposit this with the government. The charges are obviously going to be auto-deducted from your account. So, what is the stamp duty and what is it going to be levied on? First and foremost, the stamp duty charges are as follows. For mutual funds, it is 0.005% of the investment. But if the same investment is being done on a platform or through the exchange, or if you're buying an ETF, for example, then the stamp duty is 0.015%. For equity trades on a delivery basis, the stamp duty is 0.015%. And for equity trades on a non-delivery basis, it is 0.003%. The stamp duty is charged to the buyer and it is applicable on lump sum, SIP, STP, dividend reinvestment, of course, buying units through the stock exchange, buying stocks as well, and transferring units from one demat account to the other. The point to note is that earlier for off-market transactions, there was absolutely no stamp duty. But now, even for off-market transactions, there is going to be a stamp duty of 0.015% of the total consideration amount to be applied to the buy side. Let us see how the stamp duty actually impacts your investment. I'm assuming that you're investing 1 lakh rupees in an equity mutual fund at an NAV of 100 rupees. Now, earlier there was no stamp duty applicable, so clearly the number of units that you would get would be 1 lakh divided by 100, which is 10,000 units. Now, because of the stamp duty of 0.005%, there would be rupees 5 that will be deducted towards stamp duty, and units will be issued only on the balance amount. So hence, instead of 10,000 units, you end up getting 9,995 units. Let us assume that this investment is held for a 7-year period and gives a 10% return. As you can see, when you look at the value of investment with and without the stamp duty, there is really not too much of a difference. So clearly, on longer term investments, we do not expect there to be too much of an impact of the stamp duty. Let us see the impact of stamp duty on shorter term transactions. Let's assume that you have invested 10 lakh rupees in a liquid fund for a 30-day period and expect a return of 4%. As you can see from this example, there would be a slight impact on shorter term transactions, especially if they were for very short periods like 2 days or 5 days or 7 days. But even liquid funds held for 30 days or 40 days would not be so highly impacted. There's no getting away from the stamp duty, and frankly the amounts are really low. On an SIP of 10,000 rupees per month, you pay about 50 paise as stamp duty. So the costs are quite negligible. Do keep in mind that in case of transmission of units on the debt of a holder, there is no stamp duty applicable. I hope this video was useful in decoding the stamp duty for you. Do click on the bell icon to subscribe and let us know if there are any topics on which you want us to make video on. Till then, cheers.